Hi, it's Therese from Lost in Paper and I'm here for Altenew, and I'm going to be using a couple of different products, starting with the Halftone Cover Die and creating a background for a card. Well, originally it wasn't going to be a background, but that's how it turned out in the end. But you know how these things can evolve over time. Well, this card certainly did that. So my initial plan was to use this really gorgeous, it's an Autumn Blaze, it's the name of it, cardstock, which is a really nice bright orange. And what I've done is actually run it through my die cutting machine and removed most of the dots. And then I thought it would be fun to actually stamp out the image. This is from Ladies' Day Out, and it's a silhouette image of two ladies sitting at a table, and I had this vision kind of that this would be on the Halftone Cover Die and then maybe sitting on a black background, and that would fill in all the little black parts of the silhouette. And I should have stamped it first before I did the die cut, and it might have worked a bit better, but anyway, I did try it. It didn't work out, so I thought I'd include it and show you how I saved this panel, because I really like this orange halftone cover die, and I thought it'd be too much of a waste just to chuck it. So what I did was get some, now this is the dark grey cardstock, and I've cut sort of an angle which is going to cover up where I have stamped the image. And now I've stamped it in some Versamark ink and added some of the pure white embossing powder from Altenew, and this is a really nice bright white. I actually think I'm going to have to get a container to put this in because I'm using it all the time at the moment, and I do find for embossing powders that I use all the time it is easier to have them in like a little tub with a spoon. So the sentiment's coming from the same set, and I've got some jet black cardstock. I've prepped this as well with my powder tool, because as you know, dark cardstock really shows up any strays of the embossing powder, and because I'm going to be embossing my sentiment in white, I just wanted to make it easy on myself and make sure I didn't have to do too much cleanup afterwards. So just hit it with my heat tool again, and then what I like to do is just sit this aside for a few seconds to dry, and then I just use a rag to wipe away the powder that I'd put on there, and that just makes it look a nice bold black again. Alright, so I've got a side fold landscape card, and the size of this card is exactly the size of the cover die. I've cut a piece of pale grey cardstock the same size, and I'm just using my tape runner to add some adhesive and adhere them together. Now I want to attach my cover die. Now because I've left some of these dots in place, the adhesive is picking up a couple of them along the way, so I'm either just removing them or popping them back in, just so that the die cut cardstock can sit flush on the card front. And that's the great thing about a dotted adhesive, is it's only going to stick to the cardstock. I really didn't want to be dotting liquid glue everywhere. So I'm just attaching that directly to the front of it. This is a really quick, clean and simple card, and I really like the graphic style that it turned out. In fact, I think I prefer it with the grey panel on the top than what I was actually originally planning to do, so I think that was kind of a happy accident. So I have a piece, this is some orange fun foam. I've got coloured fun foam everywhere here, and I thought I might as well use it. I'm not going to really notice any difference, pretty much the same colour as the cardstock. And I'm using my Be Creative tape and adding it to both sides of the fun foam. I just know that this is going to hold this cardstock really well on the front of my card. And then I can just attach the two together, and I want to keep it over the left side of the card, obviously to cover my previous mistake, and then no one will ever know. Well, you and I'll know, but probably no one. Whoever gets the card's probably not going to pull it apart, and if they do, they'll find a nice surprise. So my sentiment, I'm going to pop up on the front right lower side of the card, and because it's actually, I want it to sit up a bit higher, I do have to add that second layer, and I just added a scrap of the fun foam to do that. And that's pretty much it for my card today. I hope you've had some fun, and I'll link all the products. There'll be a link below to the blog post where you can find all of these products. So till next time, happy paper crafting. Bye.